Hello, and welcome back to the State of Baker. My name is Harvey Baker, and tonight we're going to talk about the social contract and why the citizens of the United States actually give the federal government the power. Right? This idea is based on the social contract that came about with Jean-Jacques Rousseau in 1762. The idea of the social contract is the willingness of a people to come together to form society. And by doing that, they inherently give up a certain amount of freedom. And when they give up this freedom, they do it for a government to guarantee them a reasonable amount of safety and security. When the government does not provide that safety and security, they are then violating that social contract. The United States is unique because our social contract was written into our Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence states, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed." So if you look at the first part, when they wrote it, they acknowledged that men are inherently free. Thomas Hobbes talked about this in the 1650s, I believe it was. He called it the state of nature, state of being, where no government holds power over an individual. And that power has complete sovereignty of themselves. They have complete freedom. Now, Hobbes also described the state of nature as a cold, dark, desolate place that you don't really want to live in, and it has a really low life expectancy. Because just as you have complete freedom, everybody else has complete freedom. So if they want to kill you, steal from you, rob you, whatever misdeeds they would like to do, there's nothing there to hold them accountable or to prevent them or to deter them from enacting their will upon you. You are reliant on your own ability to keep your own self safe and to ensure your own freedoms are upheld. This is where the social contract comes in. Jean-Jacques Rousseau in a discourse titled The Social Contract. And in it, he went through and he listed out why certain individuals would give up their freedom to join a society and inherently form a government based on those freedoms. All right. Our declaration also stated that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Right there. That is verbatim a social contract. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. It means you consented by coming to the United States, and inherently just by being born in the United States and remaining to live in the United States, because you can leave at any time you want. You can renounce your citizenship and move to any other country. I don't recommend that, but you can. The government, given the opportunity, eventually would seek to obtain more power. And to do that, they would have to strip all rights from their citizens. So that's my thesis for this topic, right? The social contract, individual citizens hold the power within the government. Even at the state level, individual citizens and the state can practice civil disobedience and refuse to obey the federal government. Federal government was never meant to individually run people's lives. If you want the federal government out of your life, don't take their money. You want them out of the education system? Stop letting them fund the education system. Citizens should step up and ensure that their children are being educated the way that they want them to be educated. Pay for it yourself. Get rid of the federal funding. You don't need rooms full of computers to teach children. You need a pen, a paper, and a good teacher. We might want to start there. Again, my name is Harvey Baker. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see you again at the State of Baker.